Happy Campers, Georgia, back in the man cave. Yeah, it's raining and miserable outside now. But I'm in the man cave. If you watch my previous video, I did a quick preview on what I'm planning on doing next as a project. And basically, what happened was I was looking for a vise to go in the man cave in the South 40, the shed, to mount it onto my workbench that I made out of pallet wood. When you're trying to sharpen things like my lawn racer blades, last time I did it I really struggled because I had nowhere to clamp them down, and I needed a vise. I didn't want a big vise, middle of the road vise, nothing fancy. And I went online, I looked around, I thought I'd found one. Basically what happened was I went over to my buddy, my friend Travis, who I've known forever. I was helping him clean up his garage. He was cleaning it up. His daughter has graduated, and they were having a graduation party, and they wanted to use the garage. So we were sorting through it and getting things out of the way and whatever. And we were talking. Lo and behold, there was a vise sitting on one of the tables. And I said to him, "Oh, that's the size vise I'm trying to find." And he said, "Well, look no further. You're welcome to it. I don't use it. It's old, it's beat up, it's rusted. If you can get it to work, it's yours." So finished up there and brought it home and looked into what vise it was. The ones I looked at online, there was a lot of the comments were flimsy, breaks easily, certain things were wrong. They just made me a little nervous. And this vise is a Columbian, which apparently is a pretty popular vise. This is the 33 and the D33 and 1/2. The 3.5 is the size of the actual jaws on the vise. So it's 3.5-inch jaw. It's made in the USA. It's really old. They don't make them anymore. And it's made in Cleveland, Ohio. I was pretty impressed with it. It's a healthy weight. It's about just under 13 pounds. It's in tough condition, to say the least. So let me show it to you now. You can see it there. Fairly rusted and everything. But it works as it is right now. Well, most of it. I mean, the jaws work. The swivel is kind of rusted together, and I don't see a problem there. I think I can get that apart. It's got everything it came with. Nothing's missing off it. So it's considered almost an antique. No value to it. If you go online and you look at all the places, eBay, Amazon, that sort of thing, the price ranges from about $20 to as high as $80, depending on the condition, what it has. And I believe there may have been a couple of different versions of it. This one, and I'll show you here right now. Let's have a look at it. If you look at it, you've got your handle for opening and closing the jaws, and this is the handle to release the swivel on it. And it's locked up. I can't even release that a little bit. The handle's a little bent. Here's your 3.5-inch jaws right here. How wide they open, I'm not sure. We can check that out. It has an anvil right here. Not a very big one, but it's enough. And I wasn't sure what they called this. I believe it's called a sharpening horn. You can see it there. Pretty solid. That for you. You can see it says Columbia here. And then the 33.5 across here, which is the D33.5. And on the other side it says Cleveland, Ohio, made in the USA. Now what I want to do is I want to restore it, which means just getting all the rust and paint and everything off, taking it apart, cleaning it up, repainting it, and getting it working nice and smooth. It has pipe clamps right underneath here. If you can see them there, they sit right underneath. See these? It's for holding a pipe. Obviously not a very big pipe, as far as I dare go with it. I doubt if I'll be putting anything bigger than 4 inches in here. and we're at 4 inches right there. On the bottom here, you can see here's your swivel base, and it has 3 holes to put your bolts in to bolt it down. And I'm assuming this holds the whole thing together, and I need to get that out somehow and loosen this off so that we can, that's your tightening arm right there. In the bottom here it says number 63-3. Have no idea what that is. See in the bottom there, underneath there? I don't know what that is. If you do, comments below, please. So there's a quick look at it. As you can see, it's pretty rusty. I don't like sharp jaws anyway. You put things in there, you tighten it down, and they mark them. So I'll leave these here. If anything, I'll put padding on here if I need to put something delicate in there. I'm not sure. I want to try and get those screws out. They might break. That might be a problem. So once I've taken it apart, stripped it down, cleaned it off, I'm going to repaint it. To use, and it was a recommendation I saw on a video I looked at of somebody restoring one of these, and that is used for, they call it farm implement paint, which is obviously a little bit more weatherproof, outdoorish, stronger, better type of paint. And it's going to be in a, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a dark red. This one almost looks like it was an orange, but then there's, you know, there's white, orange and red paint on this. So we'll see. Basically, I'm just going to take it apart. I'll show you the quick version of that. No talking anything, just going to take it apart, and then we're going to clean it up and paint it. We'll see how it turns out. Stay tuned. Something I forgot to mention, and while I'm doing this with the vise, when I was cleaning up in the back 40, cleaning up the edge there and getting rid of all that brush and everything, I found this. And this is a pipe wrench, obviously about half of my age. It's kind of rusty and icky and whatever. And I've been trying to figure out who made it. What I'm planning on doing is restoring this as well. When I say restoring it, cleaning it up and get it cleaned up and maybe paint it and get it into some reasonable working condition. The way it's held together is like I want to say a rivet. So it's not something that's going to come apart. I'll see what I can pull apart and clean it up and paint it. Pipe wrench. Not sure who made it. I'm not sure it's any special thing. All I'm seeing is things like forged, 10-inch, and it says HFO USA, 10-inch in here. Don't know if you can see that in there. It's kind of hard to see. There is a stamp. It says 1810, I want to say PEC, 10-inch. So there you have it, campers, all done. Took me about a couple of days. Had to wait for the paint to dry and rust remover to work and all that good stuff. Try to make it as short as possible. That's why I speeded it up. A fun project, and hopefully it'll last me a while on my bench. I now have a vise. All I have to do is mount it. Got to get the bolts and then it'll be on. I'll update you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, just saying, be safe out there.